Good morning. Good morning. You can probably turn me down a touch.
No, it's just right.
Oh, okay. Well, Q says it's just right. So we're going to kind of revert back to having an opening hymn before the prelude because we had a little too much chit chat when we went back the other way. So this morning we will start with 118, This Little Light of Mine. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County. That was a mouthful. Yes, we will try that again. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County. We are glad that you have joined us today. It is not your imagination that you just saw me up here last week. So I'm playing fill-in for another worship associate today. Today we have the privilege of having Reverend Ann Barker back today, and she will be working on our theme, which is the gift of play. Whoever you are welcome here. Whatever your spirituality, you are welcome here. Whomever you love, you are welcome here. If you are looking for a church where we encourage play within our services, you may have found the right place. We welcome you here in the chapel or online or wherever you may be. I remind everybody that the service is going live and recorded on YouTube, so we will stick to first names and last initials for confidentiality. If you are joining us online, you may want to have a small chalice that you can light during our service. We ask you to take a couple of moments of silence to silence your cell phones before the beginning of this service, if you would please. We also extend a special welcome to anybody who is visiting or returning today. And if you are a first-time visitor or returning and you'd like to introduce yourselves, Doug is coming around with the microphone, and he'll be happy to have you speak. Do we have any visitors today? I didn't want to look right at you, you know?
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, my name is Dana, and I was born and raised in Florida, and we're from Broward County. And this is my beautiful wife, Hildana.
Welcome.
You see how quickly she gave me the microphone, right? Mm-hmm. So we just moved here, been here since March 1st. So we're so glad to meet new people, new friends. And looking forward to a new beautiful life here in Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda area where we are.
We're glad you decided to join us. Thank you. And now we'll have our prelude with Ryan. Thank you. We will light our chalice. I have Lori come up. I have some opening words for that chalice lighting by Meredith Olson, and they are as follows. We were all children once, and we carry fragments of our childhood times with us. Today, let us honor those children who walked before us, who transformed into who we have become, who led us to this place, who have lessons for us still. Please recite our chalice lighting. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our aspiration, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. My opening reading today is entitled Just Playing by Anita Wadley. When I'm building in the block room, please don't say I'm just playing, for you see, I'm learning as I play about balance and shapes. Who knows, I may be an architect someday. When I'm getting dressed up, setting the table, caring for the babies, don't get the idea that I'm just playing, for you see, I'm learning as I play. I may be a mother or father someday. When you see me up to my elbows in paint, or standing in an easel, or molding and shaping clay, please don't let me hear you say, he is just playing. For you see, I'm learning as I play. I'm expressing myself and being creative. I may be an artist or an inventor someday. When you see me sitting in a chair reading to an imaginary audience, please do not laugh and think I'm just playing. For you see, I'm learning as I play. I may be a teacher someday. When you see me combing the bushes for bugs or packing my pockets with choice things I find, don't pass it off as just playing, for you see, I'm learning as I play. I may be a scientist someday. When you see me engrossed in a puzzle or some plaything at school, please don't feel the time is wasted in play, for you see, I'm learning as I play. I'm learning to solve problems and to concentrate. I may be in business someday. When you see me cooking or tasting foods, please don't think that because I enjoy it, it is just playing. I'm learning to follow directions and see differences. I may be a chef someday. When you see me learning to skip, hop, run, and move my body, please don't say I'm just playing. For you see, I am learning as I play. I'm learning how my body works. I may be a doctor, nurse, or athlete someday. When you ask me what I have done at school today and I say, I just played, please don't misunderstand me. For you see, I am learning as I play. I am learning to enjoy and to be successful in my work. I am preparing for tomorrow. Today, I am a child, and my work is play. And I would argue that our work is play even after our childhood, and that life really wouldn't be much without that. We will have our second hymn, which is hymn number 338, I Seek the Spirit of a Child.
Child who sings the world alive and
This time in the service, we take our time to acknowledge our joys and concerns in two ways. First, we will start with the Book of Life, which Carolyn is bringing up now, and then we will drop stones. For our entries in the Book of Life today, we have one which is saying that Debbie C. and Ed arrived safely in Racine, Wisconsin on Wednesday. On Thursday, Ed had a serious stroke, and he is in the hospital in Kenosha. So let's send our prayers to Ed and to Debbie. We will turn our attention to the bowl of water and stones in front of us. The stones represent our joys and concerns. The water represents the harmony of our community. I will bring the microphone over, and you can come up and share your joy or concern with us.
Good morning, I'm Patrick. I want to have joy. We had our first Pride event last Sunday, and I want to thank everybody who attended, or just everybody's support from this fellowship has been our energy all along from the beginning. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. It's good to be back. I have a special thank you for my support team, Ryan, the choir, and especially Jim. It is so good to be back. Wednesday has always been my favorite day of the week, and I missed 2 Port Charlotte Wednesdays, and that was probably the hardest thing. I didn't have my music as my therapy the whole time. We're dealing with all the kerfuffle going on in Pennsylvania, so I thank you for your support. It's great to be back.
Generally, I'm a clown because I am a hospice clown. Wednesday, I woke up with a melancholy feeling, which isn't normal. And it was later in the afternoon that I just discovered it was Bereaved Parents' Day. I didn't even know that. So apparently my psyche had known that. So we were to light a candle at 7. Do you think I could get a match lit? It's a good thing I never smoked, because I would have just not been able to light a cigarette. But I did manage to do that for my son, and I'm thinking, many of you have lost family members. Is there anything you love more than that little baby when you're handed that little baby? But I have found that even after we go into that gentle night, we might love them more.
Let's see. I just found out my friend Arlene from Plantation, Florida, her daughter suddenly died a few days ago, so my stones were her. I haven't met the daughter, but
I have one from Lori Douglas. On July 3rd, Alice and George Clattenburg celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary. The biggest event of the day for those two 90-something is they both got haircuts. I dropped a couple of stones myself today, and the first one is for my friend Sandy M., who's a nurse, or was a nurse at St. Luke's, whose daughter unexpectedly passed away about 2 or 3 days ago at the age of 43. And I don't think they know why. I don't think it was expected. She's very traumatized right now. And then this one is to a successful and quick trip back to Michigan. We got the River Raisin UUs all back together and got the any of the scuffles and hard feelings resolved, which I'm glad, because people shouldn't have not been friends. And Larry is still kind of in shock, but he's got a better picture of what he wants to do with himself going forward. And that's why we went up to try to get that going for him. And I will share one final stone for all the joys and concerns that we hold in our heart that may be a little too tender to speak. I do believe that takes us up to our message with Reverend Ann Barker, who will speak to us on the gift of play.
When I learned the topic for this month, a chill of fear ran down my spine. How can I speak on this topic? Family members and friends will tell you I don't even know the meaning of the word play, no less actually play. All I can tell you is this is my very best attempt to reflect on play. Sadly, from very early childhood, I heard one refrain all summer long. Annie, put down that book and go outside and play like your sister. True. My mother did not understand that we were both engrossed in play that led to our favorite adult activities. My sister regularly went outside, gathered up the kids in the neighborhood, sat them down in neat little rows, and was their teacher. Guess what she did for over 40 years of her life? Right, she was an excellent teacher. She went far beyond the expectations and won a state prize as Teacher of the Year. She would take her students to the local hotel in Clewiston for a dinner. Most of them had not ever seen a handheld menu. If they got to go out to eat at all, it was on the wall. She took them to Disneyland, or Disney World, and they were camping. I thought she was crazy. You take all those kids to Disney and you camp with them? She loved it. I would have been horrified. And she took a group of students to the Southwest to study the Anasazi housing and their culture. And what she used to do that was the prize she won as Teacher of the Year. She spent it to take kids out to the Southwest. Now for me, reading is still my greatest joy. I will read anything I can get my hands on, anything that I think might be exciting or interesting. Of course, I read for my work. I read theology and things about ministry, but then there's my play reading, murder mysteries. My sister thinks there could be something wrong with me, and I don't even care if I'm solving the mystery. I just like the interesting dynamics of the people in the story. I like novels that talk about love, courage, and strength. And every summer, for almost all of my adult life, I have gone back to the book I picked up at Girl Scout camp. You know, we had to lay down every afternoon, and I read the first book in the Anne of Green Gables series. And every year, I read at least one of those books in the summer. Now, there's no one on the planet who is less like Anne of Green Gables, who sees wonder and joy in everything. She can create the most wonderful things out of things I just look at and say, well, that's a little pond. That's just a walk through the woods. Anne saw it differently, and that always enriches my life. Another reason I find it difficult to write about play is the current state of our world. War is raging in Ukraine and in Gaza, as well as smaller countries we don't even hear about. Famine is rampant in Africa and other countries due to unchecked population growth and changing climate. Disease takes lives in frightening numbers, both here in this country and all over the world. Most of the world does not enjoy a democratic government, and we in America are facing the unprecedented attack on our cherished freedoms. How dare we think about play when there is so much work to be done? As you might expect, there are many definitions of play, so I will share only a few. Play is a spontaneous, voluntary, pleasurable, flexible activity involving a combination of body, object use, and relationships. In contrast to games, play behavior is more disorganized and typically done for its own sake, rather than reaching a more focused goal or scoring points. Objects in play. I was thinking about this morning as I read over this, and I realized how I use objects for play. An old, rather well-worn watch. If you look at the face, you'll see Mickey Mouse. Shiny costume jewelry ring. If you look at it, you'll see Mickey. Just a little dangly bracelet. If you look at it, you'll see Mickey. And at home, Crystal and I have Mickey earrings, Mickey bracelets, Mickey necklaces, Mickey shirts. We always buy the annual shirt at Disneyland. Disney World, why am I saying land? Mickey is play for me. It also is sometimes my commentary on the world. Sometimes it's Mickey Mouse. Play activities appear to be freely sought and pursued solely for the sake of individual and group enjoyment. Play is a universal across all cultures and is regarded as essential for all ages, from childhood, and Ryan did a great job of talking about the play children engage in to prepare for their adulthood. And it is also necessary for adults. What are the benefits of play? When players become engrossed, time seems to stop. They might say they're having fun, relaxing, or in the zone. There is a play state that begins in our midbrain, and the neurons begin to light up. They start to cascade, making connections and lighting up neurons across the brain. The situations that trigger our play state are individual preferences determined by our brain wiring at birth and our early life experiences. Your play state may be triggered by an object, another person, an activity, or combination of these. The triggers are different for everyone. If two people are doing the same activity, It could be playful for one and not for the other. The decor committee put these wonderful board games up here to symbolize play. And again, I shuddered. I don't play board games. Never have, never will. But in my wife's family, such activities are blood sports. They're not playing, they have one goal in mind: to win, to score the most points, whatever it takes. And every New Year's Day, they gather down in West Virginia at one of her sister's homes to engage in play at a local church that has a huge gymnasium. They're very lucky that one member of the family is a nurse, and they bring, no kidding, they bring a big first aid kit. There are injuries. I never do anything that might cause me an injury if I can avoid it. But this is play for them. So it's different for all of us. If I look around the room, I would say that most of us are midlife or beyond. Some of us have not thought about play for many years, if at all. We were, in large part, a generation raised with simple principles. Play when you are a child, and perhaps practice the skills for things you will do in later life. Children may play police officer, fireman, doctor, lawyer, homemaker, business person, in preparation for things they imagine themselves doing when they're grown up. As adults prepare for a life career in keeping with these ideas, or maybe going in an opposite direction, they begin to learn what life requires. Hard work, long hours at their chosen vocation, even perhaps having to retool for another vocation. Some people spend their work life dreaming of retirement, which means freedom from all work and time to play. Working with older adults, there was always a tragic situation that came up rather often. Usually it was a gentleman. He had worked hard all his life to prepare for a time when he could just play. Some of those people didn't live long enough to collect their first Social Security check. When work was gone, they had no idea what their life meant or what they were going to do with it. We should play as well as work all our life, so when we get the freedom to play even more, we can do that. Remember when the futurists predicted that by the latter part of the 20th century, weeks would be about 20 hours, income would be high, and people would have the leisure to pursue hobbies, sports, and play. This led to the development of the Parks and Recreation movement, designed to provide space for spending leisure time, enjoying with others sports and activities of joy. We all know what happened. Work weeks now can exceed 60 hours. Not all wages and salaries support leisure time activities, and the pressure on some people to engage in charitable and political activities reduces the amount of play people engage in. It is generally recognized that play is important for children in their growth and development, but fewer people think about play in midlife and beyond. Play can be important for older adults in many ways, including mental health, stress relief, the preservation of brain function. It can help adults connect with their inner child and find new perspectives and ideas. Physical physical play can help older adults increase their strength and maintain their balance. It can help improve resistance to disease and help people function at their optimum level. Play is fun and can trigger the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemical. Endorphins promote an overall sense of well-being and can even, temporarily at least, relieve pain. Play can be a tool for keeping relationships fresh and exciting and bringing joy and vitality to both old relationships and new ones. Play can boost the overall happiness and help cultivate positive feelings like life satisfaction and a sense of purpose. It can also foster a sense of youthful enthusiasm and remind people that age is just a number. In the words of George Bernard Shaw, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. Older adults are often very poor at play. It goes against the grain. Good grief, my mouth isn't working this morning. When interviewing new residents in a nursing home, it was not my job to talk with them both about their spiritual needs, but about their leisure activities. When I asked, what do you do for fun, for play? Often I got a stare. Oh, well, I watch TV. I play solitaire. Now, those activities are fine in themselves, if that's what you really enjoy, but not necessarily a complete picture of what they might enjoy. It might take months before I would discover that some of them really enjoyed listening to 40s music, bowling, bridge, or playing a musical instrument. And yes, most activities can be adapted for persons with vision impairment, hearing impairment, mobility issues. There's still a way to remain active and playful. What role does a faith community have in providing motivation for and opportunities for play? First of all, we need to talk in community about the value of play for the whole person and how it contributes to the well-being of all. Some of these things happen now as members go out to lunch together. If it's not already happening, how about people going to a film together, out for pizza afterwards to talk about it? Folks could gather some fellowship members to go fishing, golfing, swimming, or going to a ball game. It's much more fun in a group. I have even heard a rumor, it's only a rumor, that there may soon be Fun Fridays here at the fellowship with a variety of fun and playful activities. I saw one that even I might do. When the sign-up sheets come out, please sign up and come. Find out new things, engage with people. Sometimes when board games are involved, I just sit on the periphery, but I enjoy watching the people engaged in that activity. We are currently facing a world in peril and need, desperate for hope and justice. And play might be an antidote to despair. To play is to trust, to resist anxiety. It is to believe that the ending will be happy and to bravely co-create that ending with whatever your spirituality is, God, the belief in human goodness, and to bravely face life with those values. Sarah Maitland writes in A Big Enough God that every old-fashioned sin list should include the failure to have fun. True, I couldn't agree more. What a change that could make, encouraging playfulness and having fun just for the sake of having fun. Crystal, you don't always need to win. We have board games at home. We don't play them. And in the way we practice our highest values, the highest values of our faith, we can contribute, however small it may be, to a world engaged in fun and play and enjoyment. Life is made to be lived with joy.
And we will talk about those opportunities for play in a moment. Right now, we will do hymn number 354, which is We Laugh, We Cry, and it will be verses 1, 2, and 4.
We
We come together to share the life of the community. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead. Thank you. We come to the part of our service today in which we give and receive our gifts. If you are a first-time visitor, your gift to us is your presence, and you do not need to contribute. Our ushers will pass the baskets through the sanctuary. See, Reverend Ann, Robert was paying attention to what you said. I apologize for being a little disjointed. I seem to have jet lag in the same time zone for some reason. We come to the part of our service where we share a few announcements that we call the life of the community. Now, for those of you that don't know, on the back of today's order of service is lots of announcements here to share, as well as the website for UUFCC online. I do have some announcements that were given to me this morning, and to let you guys know that this Wednesday at 10 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall, the Caring Committee will be meeting, and they'll tell you what it's about, and hoping for some people with some interest in joining. So that would be Wednesday at 10 a.m. in the Fellowship Hall. This coming Friday at 10 a.m. in the sanctuary, Robert is going to be speaking, showing and speaking about Ken Burns' commencement speech that he just made a couple of weeks ago, which he alerted me to such speech, and we watched last week after we left, and it's pretty powerful. And then at 11 a.m., Peggy Dawn is going to be having a Writing for Fun seminar for people to join in. And as Reverend Ann alluded to a little earlier, we take our themes very seriously at the worship committee. Ask Lori laughing over there, because this was our month's theme of play. And so for July, there's a lot of Fun Friday and other day events that are going on. In addition to those Friday events, Corey's going to have a movie viewing and a chance to participate or be in the and also there will be a chance to participate or be in the audience for Peggy Dawn's Joy of Writing. Patrick is having an improv event. Herb is having one-act plays, and Ryan and I are going to be hosting. Ryan and me and Doug are going to be hosting open mic and drum circle one of the Friday nights, and I encourage you to come and we'll get pizza and just. You will be shocked what comes out of open mic nights. We've had a few one time in Lions where it was when somebody did a poem. So you'd be surprised on those. In keeping with our fun and play today, you may have noticed some people, I forgot, but some people dressed up for Christmas today. And we're having a Christmas in July potluck. And the reason I do Christmas in July, back home in Northwest Ohio, where it's gray, 3 months of the year, we had people out to the farm for Christmas time. It was 1,200 square foot house, and you can't pack more than 20 or 30 in. So we would do Christmas in July in our barn, so that if 100 people want to come, there's plenty of room, and the weather's nice. You put the Christmas decorations out and have Christmas food. So we have ham, and we have cheesy potatoes, and we have creamed corn out there, and we've got lots of other things. I told people to bring their favorite Christmas time meal today for Christmas in July. And of course, everybody's welcome to stay and participate. And you don't have to bring anything to participate, so don't feel that way either. And then Patrick had an announcement for us that he wanted to make as well this morning.
Today at noon, we're having the PFLAG planning meeting. And I want to invite people to come at the beginning if you're able to. There's a woman who is Susan Brucklatcher, and she's part of pinkhaven.org, which we want to learn about. They do outreach and liberation to transgender individuals and hope to provide them joy. So if you're able to come at the beginning and then leave, that's fine. We won't be offended. But we want to give her some time. I want to learn about what her organization does. So ask her to do a short presentation just a little bit after noon. She'll be first. Okay.
And we will extinguish our chalice, and Lori will come up. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of hope, the fire of commitment, or the warmth of community. May those ideals shine in our lives and warm our hearts until we are together again. Go now in peace. I do have some closing words, and they are from Karen Krutzinger, and they are entitled, Do Something Playful Every Day. No matter what else, do something playful every day. This advice I received from an old woman. She has lived 106 years, so she probably knows. Dance until you're exhausted. Give exercise to your toes. Blow bubbles. Stand outside and challenge the wind. Make no enemies if you can. Bring them in as a friend. But play, and I mean until you laugh and cannot even stop. Enjoy yourself daily until bedtime when you are tired and drop. Our closing hymn is number 1010, We Give Thanks, in the Teal Hymnal.
For this precious day.
And I failed to mention, and I apologize, there is a sign-up sheet for all those activities out on the porch that we mentioned. You don't necessarily have to sign up. They kind of want to get an idea of how many people. So if you change your mind at the last minute, you're still welcome to drop in. But if you know you're going to attend, they would appreciate that you do the sign-up sheet. And I will get out of here, and Ryan will do our prelude, and please join us for lunch, or postlude. I have jet lag in the same time zone, and I don't know how. Go now in peace.